Hello, the first Google tool that I would like to talk to you about is Google Docs. Google Docs is kind of the one tool that it's the simplest to use, certainly. And if you understand how to use Google Docs, all other Google elements pretty much follow suit. So it's just a good one to start with. You'll notice that I'm in my Google account, and here is my Google Drive. I have a lot of items shared or stored in mine, saved in mine. And any time you see the little blue icon, that's the indication that it's a Google Doc. Google Docs are just what they sound like. They're a document. So they can be used interchangeably with Microsoft Word documents or Pages documents. So now I know what you're thinking. Why the heck would I want to use a Google Doc and learn how to use that if I already know how to use Word and Pages? And the answer to that is collaboration. You can use Google Docs in a way that Word documents and Pages documents cannot be used because they allow for real-time live editing, as do all Google tools. So I'm going to show you that. Certainly, there's a time that you would want to use your Word and Pages things, just as there's going to be a time when Google Docs more fits your purpose. So I think this example will help you understand that. And so I think you'll find it's going to be very simple to use as well. So what you're going to do, this red New button, you're going to click on that, and you're going to go down and create a new Google Doc. So I'm just going to click on that, and when I do, you're going to see something pop up that looks very familiar to you, even if you're a person who's never been in Google Docs before. Google Docs is set up to be a traditional document creation program. So it looks a lot like Word and Pages would look. The first thing you should do when you're in there is you should click on where it says Untitled Document. You should title your document. All of your edits are going to save automatically. So the first thing I like to do is to get a title on there because honestly, you can't lose your work in Google. It's all there. It's all in your drive somewhere. But if you have it titled right away, then it's much easier to find. So I'm just going to title that so that you can see it. Now, a good time to use the Google Doc is when you're wanting to work on a collaborative effort. So if you want to take collaborative notes or you're working on a collaborative document of any kind, this is the best tool to use for that. So I'm going to pretend that I'm going to a department meeting, English department meeting, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a page where we can take collaborative notes. So I'm going to do YMS, English department meeting. Now I want you to watch. Look at the top of my screen. You see where it says saving there? And then it says all changes saved in Drive. I don't have to hit save. It's saving automatically for me, which is awesome about Google. I'm not going to lose that. Now, right now, you see the padlock. It belongs to me. Okay, I'm going to get this page all set up before I decide to share it. I could share it at any time, but I'm going to get it all set up first. So this works just like any other content editor, like I said, in Word or Pages, or even in Canvas, your rich content editor. So I'm going to set this up. Maybe we want to take notes on data. And next. Okay, so now that I have my shared document here, I have it all put together to take our collaborative notes. Now I need to share it with the rest of the folks in my department. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the blue share icon. And when I do, it's going to tell you how it's currently set. If I want to share it with others, I can put in their email addresses, and that will send them an invitation to join this document. And then once they join it, it's going to put it in their Google Drive. If you're going to work on a big project, that's the best thing to do. But for something like this, where you're just taking collaborative notes, and it's kind of, you're going to visit at this time, and then you'll probably next time create a new one, there's really no reason to do it that way. The simpler way is to click Get a Shareable Link. And when you do that, you'll see here, there's this great big giant long link here. And right now it says anyone with the link can view. So if I copy and send that URL out, anybody can click on it and pull up my note page and see what's on it. Anybody. They don't have to have a Google account. They don't have to be in my department. Anybody can do that. But remember, my goal here is for my people in my department to take collaborative notes. So I'm going to change this to anyone with the link can edit, because I want us to all be working in this together. How many times have we sat through meetings where one person's doing all the talking, one person's doing all the note taking? It's really their ideas going down on paper, not everyone's getting shared. This is a way to really foster that collaboration and get around that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy that link, and I'm just going to pop it in an email here. And for the interest of time, I've already started that. I'm going to pop that in an email, and I'm going to send it off. Okay, now, here's the tricky part. I've got another computer sitting here, and I'm going to pretend to be someone else in my group. So I'm on my other computer right now, and I'm pulling up that URL, and I'm going to join it. And when I do, you're going to see that I'm accessing it. So here we go. I just clicked on it. I can now see it on my computer screen, and look what you're getting ready to see. Do you see that person that just popped in there? That's me. We're going to pretend that that's somebody in my department who is sharing this document now. Now, they came up as anonymous giraffe. That's fine. That's what's going to happen. If you're really a Google user and you have your account set up, it's your real picture will pop up there and your name. So on the computer that I'm using, that I'm pretending to be someone else, my picture's up there and my name. And that's really best, especially if you're working collaboratively a lot. That way people know what you're adding and who's saying what. That's really helpful. But really just for like collaborative note taking and to get started, this is fine. So now anywhere the little pink cursor is, that's where the anonymous giraffe is going to be typing. And then you can see I can move my cursor around. I'm still the green person here, right? Change this out, change this font color. So upcoming field trip, I can add to that. I'm going to suggest, okay, so I typed that, right? Now let's say anonymous giraffe is, or whoever is my department meeting person, thinks, oh yeah, that's a good idea, but I think we could do something else too. Look, I moved my cursor down. And you can see exactly that they're typing that. So then again, everybody's information is being shared. Everybody is collaborating. Notice anybody can edit. So now I'm changing the font color so that it makes more sense here. Even though they typed that. Full editing rights, both people. So now if this person wants to add, you can see exactly what I'm typing, right? So reviewed NWEA data. That's something that we could have done in our meeting. So anybody can just add anything, they can change anything, everybody can participate in the discussion, and everybody can be responsible for the information that's being sent to the building principal in this situation. I will tell you, you can fit a bunch of people in a Google Doc. I've been in meetings where 100 people have been in the same Google Doc. It's interesting because these little pictures will come and go and flash, and it gets a little crazy when you got that many people in one document. I will say perfect use of it would be 30 people or less. You might want to get additional ones going. I think it does max out at some time, but it does get a little crazy if too many people are typing. But this is a great thing to do when you're trying to kind of work collaboratively and share ideas. Now, so keep in mind, say we get this all done, all filled out, all I have to do is I can change this now, so we're done, to anybody can view, and I can send that same link to my building principal, and there's our collaborative notes are done. I don't have to change it to view, I can leave it to edit, so they could go in and make notes beside it. I could change it to anyone can comment. Remember, I could have done that. Anyone with a link can comment, so then my principal could throw in some comments to the side. All kinds of things that you could do with Google Docs. I will tell you, if I were still in an elementary classroom, I would probably make a Google Doc for each of my students, and I would have a live ongoing conversation going back and forth with parents where I could add like, assessment information and those kinds of things. And just through that one link, they can get to it all year, and I don't have to keep resending things out. Um, and I know that some buildings are doing things like that. I know that the middle school is already using Google Docs for conferencing purposes. I know, actually, I think all buildings are using it at some level. So Google Docs is a great tool, and I really hope that you'll give it a chance and try your best to create something and share it with someone and get a feel for that collaborative working situation. There is a time and a place to use this. There's a time and a place where your Word and Pages are still great as well. Just another tool for your toolbox.